Here I am with two-time world bronze medalist Andy Bisek at Northern Michigan University, home of the U.S. Olympic training site. Andy, you used to go to college here. This is your alma mater. How is it to be back and give to this younger generation of Northern Michigan wrestlers?
It's been good to be back. I've really enjoyed the last 2 weeks or so, working with them, trying to help them in some areas that I see need improvement. So it's been a great experience. I really like the area, the town, the community. Spent a long time here, so it's good to be back.
Yeah, back when you guys were here, Northern Michigan was kind of in its glory days. We were world champions as a team in 2007, and a lot of that had to do with this program here and Ivan Ivanov. Just talk about how it was being here then compared to how it is now, and how we can get this program back to what it was.
Yeah, being here in kind of the prime time of this program was awesome. We had the best guys in the country and the world training here day in and day out. So to really have it at that elevated to that kind of level it was incredible. And I came here right after high school and just thrown right into it. Really couldn't ask for a better way. Yeah, there's to get it back to that kind of high level. It just it takes a lot of discipline with the athletes, the coaches, just everybody involved. Make sure you're doing the right things, doing what you need to be doing every day, and if you're not doing that, you can't ask to be winning. So.
Absolutely. Andy, you just finished up with the Rio Games. Andy was our Olympian at 75 kilograms. Andy, talk about the Olympic experience and everything that came with it. When we're wrestling to make an Olympic team or any athlete, they kind of forewarn you that it's going to be like a 15 minutes of fame thing, and we're not all Michael Phelps, not going to be in the limelight for a long time. But talk about the Olympic experience, the good and the bad, and how it was, because that 15 minutes of fame thing could end quite abruptly, which could be nice because, less pressure. But in some ways, I don't know, talk about that, because that's a unique experience that not a lot of people get to have.
Yeah. For me, and my performance that I had in Rio, really that 15 minutes, that little bit of time was all in leading up to. Had I done better, it would have been longer. But I was 1-1 and done, and that is over. So. It's definitely frustrating, but it was really true. Live in the moment while it's there, because it's very short.
Well, at least you're still getting compliments from guys on the street.
Yeah, I still get a number of people recognizing the mustache.
Oh yeah, people all over campus giving Andy compliments. Mostly guys. He's just reeling them in. But so, I mean, talking about some of the things you got to do, how was it to meet the president?
That was awesome. I didn't realize how much I would feel after that, but leading up to it, a little bit pretty excited, but afterwards just felt like this incredible rush, oh my gosh, we just did that, I just did that, and yeah, it kind of took me by surprise that I felt like that, but it's one of the most powerful people in the U.S. and the world, so yeah, it's crazy. It was fun.
Yeah, very surreal, I'm sure. So talking about where you're at now, Andy, you're kind of at a crossroads in a way. You're trying to decide, am I going to keep wrestling? Am I going to keep coaching? I mean, you've had a long and really good career. I know for you, your family has a lot to do with your career. What are you thinking going into this, kind of into this big decision on what am I going to do next? And how does your family have, an effect on that?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I still want to commit to come in to grinding every day. Not just for 4 years, maybe just for a year, but if I want to come in and really commit and give what it's going to take to be a top level wrestler. If I feel like I still have that desire, then great. I'll keep working at it. But otherwise, I just don't. It wouldn't be smart to want to do that or to feel the need to do that if you really didn't want to. And my family, they, as far as my wife and my siblings, my parents, they've all just told me, support me in whatever way, with whatever I choose to do. So that's always just been awesome to really know that I've had that support through this entire journey with whatever I choose to do. They're going to support me and push me.
Yeah, I heard Barry Sanders talk about that. I don't know, the famous running back Barry Sanders was an amazing running back, arguably the most elusive in history. And he kind of retired before people would have wanted him to, but he said, if I don't have, the same drive, determination, and love for this sport, I'm not going to keep doing it just for money and everything else that maybe other people are looking after. But, I think some of the best people in the world are actually in it for the right reason. And
when you're doing it for yourself and your passion, that's when you're going to perform the best, as opposed to other motives keeping you in
Andy, we talked about this a little bit last time I talked with you, but you hear a lot, it's said a lot, especially, with people with their careers, and obviously you achieved a lot, but a lot of people say no regrets. I have no regrets because the mistakes I made led to where I am now. And I like to think about it another way. I like to think I have a million regrets, and having regrets is healthy, and having regrets is what helps you fix those, making those same mistakes in the future. With your long career so far, do you have a lot of regrets, or where do you stand with that? Do you have no regrets, or are you using your regrets to be a better person every day?
I can't say I don't have regrets, but there's definitely things that I still think about in big matches or big situations, or leading up to this or that. But in any of my matches, I don't feel like there was really any match that I didn't give it my complete effort and attention. And it's not like I never went out there not ready to perform at the highest level, or not willing to perform at the highest level. So I can agree with having regrets, maybe making you make changes and things to improve upon. But kind of as far as my effort, yeah, definitely haven't felt like I've had regrets ever.
Yeah, I wouldn't if I was you, knowing how you work. So changing it up a little bit, I want to talk to you about pro wrestling. And, you got to feel like you're kind of, you're a huge fan, but not only are you a huge fan, you got to feel like you are kind of part of it now. Your best friend, Chaz Betts, who was an Olympian for us in 2012, is now in the WWE. And then Niko Bogievich, who you kind of mentored in a way when he was still a Greco wrestler. He is now in the NXT, and looks like he's going to make it into the WWE, if you ask me, or people that know him. How has it been to watch your friends actually attain their spot, this goal to get into WWE after, Chaz has been wanting this his whole life.
Yeah.
And how cool of an experience has this been?
Well, both of those guys are just great individuals, and I've seen these characteristics in them, before they are where they are now, and just know that with how great of guys they are, how hard they work, and how bad they truly want this, and they're going to do whatever it takes to get there. And if there's anything I'll offer them, I'll try to, just help guide them. But they've had this in them for forever, and it's been awesome to watch them and to watch them develop.
Absolutely, it's exciting. Of course, Chaz Betts is now known as Chad Gable, and Nico is no longer the Dozer. What is he, Dojovic?
Dojovic.
Otis Dojovic. If you're trying to look them up, they're great. But talking about Chaz and everything that he's done, I feel like you're just such a huge part of it, because we went and saw that show in Denver before Nico was in NXT, and you actually were in the show,
Yeah.
And then me and you and Robbie and some of the guys going out to Green Bay, and being able to be right by where Chaz comes out and everything. It was just such a neat experience. Do you think that Chaz, in a way, is kind of paving the way for more Greco and freestyle wrestlers to go into WWE? There's been plenty of examples before, but it seems like there's a lot more guys. I'm not going to name names, but there's a lot of our own guys on our team that are trying out and thinking about it.
Yeah.
And do you ever think about doing it? It's not an easy life.
No, I don't think so. They're on the road a lot of shows. I know, like, when we do get to go see them, they're pumped. They got people there that they actually know and are there to support them. As far as paving the way, and I think, it's really just kind of putting that option out there as something that some amateur wrestlers might really start to consider doing as their amateur careers kind of come to an end. Which would be cool if it fits, if they are excited about it and really want to do it, like we've just talked about. Then good. They should go for it and give it a shot.
Absolutely. Okay, Andy, just one last question. Going into NYC, Bill Farrell Invitational, and non-Olympic World Team Trials, do you got any predictions on who's going to make the team at the non-Olympic weights, or anybody you excited about?
Well, I'm excited for you. I know how you love New York.
Hey, that's your town. Two-time O-Dub!
Yeah. I don't know. There's a number of each of the non-Olympic weights have a number of guys there. I don't know who's gonna walk away with it, but I'm very excited to watch. So
yeah,
be following closely.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely gonna have a great time. So that prediction's gonna, that's gonna be true. I already know that. That's a given. But yeah. Andy was the two-time OW of the NYC tournament. That's why it's his city, and he should be there, but I'm going to be going solo. But all right, Andy, thanks for taking a second in your busy schedule to talk to us, and good luck with whatever path you choose. I know you'll be successful.
Thank you.
Yep.